In the year 2000, Blockbuster was not just a video store, it was a ritual. Friday night, blue and yellow signs, aisles of plastic cases, parents arguing over new releases, kids running toward the games section. For millions of families, Blockbuster owned the weekend. At its peak, the company was worth almost $9 billion, thousands of stores, a brand stronger than most studios, customers who came back every week without thinking twice. Blockbuster did not look fragile. It looked permanent. And then it made one of the most expensive mistakes in modern business history. Netflix was still small, a DVD by mail startup with a simple idea and almost no power. They offered to sell the company to Blockbuster for about $50 million. $50 million. In a meeting that would later become legend, Blockbuster's leadership looked at the offer and laughed. They walked away. To them, Netflix was a toy, a niche, a mail-order gimmick that could never replace the store experience. Why would anyone wait for movies in the mail when they could drive 5 minutes and hold the box in their hands? That question sounded smart in 2000. It sounds insane now, because empires rarely fall because of one enemy. They fall because they refuse to see the future when it's standing in front of them. To understand the collapse, you have to understand the machine. Blockbuster's real genius was not entertainment. It was friction, late fees. Those annoying charges for returning a movie one day late were not a side effect. They were a profit engine. In some years, late fees brought in hundreds of millions of dollars. So the company became addicted to a model customers secretly hated. Every late return was revenue. Every frustrated customer still came back until they didn't. Netflix attacked the pain directly. No more driving across town. No more empty shelves on Friday night. No more late fee humiliation at the counter. Just a red envelope in the mailbox. And later, a play button on a screen. That was the real disruption. Not technology alone, convenience, dignity, the removal of small humiliations that people tolerated for years. Blockbuster eventually noticed. They launched online plans. They tested subscriptions. They even removed late fees for a while. On paper, it looked like adaptation. In reality, it was hesitation dressed as strategy. Too slow, too late, too half-hearted. While Blockbuster defended real estate, Netflix redesigned entertainment itself. First DVDs by mail, then streaming, then original shows. Then the living room stopped belonging to cable and started belonging to whoever owned the button on the remote. This is the part most people miss. Blockbuster was not killed by a single app. It was killed by a sequence of ignored warnings, declining foot traffic, rising digital habits, a generation that preferred couches to counters, and executives who kept protecting yesterday's cash flow. Store by store, the empire thinned out. The Friday night ritual became empty parking lots, then thinner aisles, then clearance signs, then locked doors and dark windows. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. The company that once controlled Friday nights was gone, not destroyed by a sudden disaster, destroyed by arrogance, delay, and loyalty to an old machine. Today, people talk about Netflix as if it was inevitable. It wasn't. It was optional. Blockbuster could have bought it. Blockbuster could have copied it earlier. Blockbuster could have killed its own late fee addiction before customers left forever. They chose comfort instead. And that is the pattern behind almost every collapse you'll see on this channel. A giant looks unstoppable. A smaller player looks irrelevant. The giant laughs. Then the giant explains why the old model still works. Then the giant waits too long. Then the giant is a case study. Kodak saw digital coming. Nokia saw the smartphone coming. Blockbuster saw Netflix coming. Seeing is not the same as acting. Empires don't always collapse with an explosion. Sometimes they collapse with a laugh in a boardroom. And silence a decade later. If you want more true stories of money, power, and collapse, subscribe to Empire Collapsed. Because the next empire is already making the same mistake. And by the time everyone agrees it's obvious, it's already too late.